together. So this is my opportunity to greet all of you. Very happy New Year and advance happy Valentine.
Okay,
Chinese New Year.
And Kung Hei Fat Choi.
how have you been doing,
Okay.
Germa, for the 2019 and your plans for 2020?
Well, 2019 was a good year, and I'm hoping that 2020 will be even better. We have a lot of programs and plans for 2020, and I'm actually looking forward. One is, first last year we implemented our family summit, which would be one in Luzon, one in Visayas, and one in Mindanao. And then we are also, earlier you were asking about yung mga video on demand. We've started collaborating with them as well. And then last year, for Christmas, we started our MTRCB Uncut. I hope you watch it online.
Uncut?
Uncut, yes, it's MTRCB Uncut. And it's quite different from what you see on TV, the MTRCB Uncut before, the traditional, talk show. So it's something more fun and more, what do you call this, no holds barred interview with people that we work with and people that are stars also as well, and directors, and we are also have guests that we are going to interview in the next couple of months that I think you'd be interested to watch.
Is that a weekly show or a day?
It's twice a week, no? Twice a week si Uncut. Every Friday. Every
And
Friday, once a week.
Once a week.
Yes.
Okay. Is there who's hosting it?
There are, kasi we wanted also for the public to see, the viewers to see the workings of MTRCB, at the same time to know the board members also, and kasama na rin our employees, those that that are responsible for processing their papers, yung mga nagre-register and all. So actually the whole agency is featured, yes.
But no host?
Sometimes I do.
I
host,
do?
Yes.
Okay.
Especially interviews with our guests.
Oo.
Ano mga important
Topic. Ay, sorry.
important achievements ng MTRCB last year, Germa?
Last year. Well, one, yun nga, we had a very successful summit in all the areas that we went to. And then,
Mga pasaway.
Pasaway. Ay, wala naman masyado. Talaga, sasagutin ko ba yun?
Chairman, yung mga areas, saan yun? All over the Philippines?
Which one?
Areas.
No, we
Summit.
have our pilot program, which is the Matalinong Panonood, which we go to different provinces and different districts, different towns and cities. And at the start of the year, we already map out our Matalinong Panonood program. Kasi there are areas that hindi mo naman kasi mapuntahan lahat in 1 year. So that's another program that is actually very effective also and very successful because we evaluate it dun mismo eh. And we also see, and our board members go, and there are so many questions about what they don't understand or what they have to watch out, no, when watching films and movie programs. So it's very successful also, no, that our programs last year, and then this year we'll map out another sa ibang areas naman for the Matalinong Panonood and also for the family summit. And then of course we're already computerized since last year, so everything now is what do you call this, can be monitored already, na hindi na yung manual lahat. So that's also one of what we implemented last year, at the early last year. And then even our summons are already computerized, so it's easier to track down yung mga pinapadala namin ng summons or yung mga natapos namin na adjudicate. So that's it's actually very more efficient for the agency.
Question?
Chair, going back to the MTRCB Uncut, which is something we can all look forward to this year naman. What were the top topics, if you can put it that way, that you thought the public should really know about sa MTRCB? And you were saying that the resource persons are, will probably be excited about the resource persons that you
But
invited.
initially kasi we wanted the viewers to know how important our ratings are. Kasi parang like I said before, when you go to the provinces, especially in the far-flung areas, we noticed that hindi nila masyadong na-appreciate yung kahalagaan ng ratings namin. So going there with the MTRCB team and with their board members, they get to realize how important it is, not more actually for their children, for the minors. So that's initially what we aim for the MTRCB Uncut. Of course, it's a more fun show because we have games in the show, all related to our rating system, and then we have, like, for example, interviews with, syempre, all over the Philippines. There are a lot of new filmmakers, and we also want to reach out, to them, that malaman nila na it's easy to apply to us, sa amin, ganyan. So we won't make it hard for them. They can send already their USB to us, and then we have a discount also for new filmmakers. So that we want to let them know what are the other programs that they can avail of, especially with all the festivals that we have. Ang dami ng bagong umuusbong na mga magagaling na filmmakers. Like in MMFF, I was in the selection committee of all the short films, and I read about more than 120 scripts, and you'd see yung creativity ng mga bata to, high school students, and you'll see that yung imagination nila and yung story nagagawa talaga nila na ang hirap pumili actually ng mga short films among those 120. I had to read it again. So I put a check on those that I want to read again. Kasi ilan lang yung pipiliin mo, 16 and then 8.
Sure, alin yung mga talagang far-flung areas na talagang wala silang masyadong awareness, tapos kumbaga natuto sila na
Like
inform?
recently we went to kasi we go na kasi to the barangays before it was yung mga in the metropolis lang, ganyan. So we medyo iniba namin na let's go talaga to the barangays and coordinate with the barangay captains. And pagpupunta kami mismo doon, kasi usually yung mga sa city, syempre ang mag-a-attend doon yung mga employees of the city hall or employees ng munisipyo or yung mga neighboring barangay. So we chose barangays that haven't been visited in the past years. And actually in the past years talaga, bihira din naman yung pupunta sa barangays. And I understand naman din why, because the logistics alone going there is quite difficult. And arranging actually is quite difficult also.
Chair, parang the agency has relaxed its stand on sexy films.
No naman. Do you feel that it's...
Some movies that I saw, meron na silang nudity.
Like Adan, gano'n.
Meron na silang exposure. So is this a new direction?
No, actually kasi pinapaliwanag ko rin namin that when our board members rate, it's really rating the entirety of the film. If there's a redeeming factor, hindi yung parang per scene lang yung titignan nila. That's why, but sometimes hindi mo rin maiwasan, like the board members, hindi sila nagkaka-isa sa rating nila. So that takes a longer time. And of course, you know that there are times that we ex a film and they have to do a second review. Hindi naman. Tingin mo yun. Torny, sagutin mo yun. Hindi, sabi niya parang medyo nag-relax tayo in terms of nudity. So, hindi naman.
Wala naman masyadong
Yes.
na frozen.
Kasi before ang talaga is movie and TV, di ba? Ang binabantayan nyo. Pero nowadays po, ang uso na kasi mga online shows. Do you think po digital na, and mas marami ng viewers ngayon ng mga kabataan sa online. Do you think po dapat maging sakop na rin ng MTRCB ang online?
Well, we had initial talks already last year with them, yung mga video on demand. As I said earlier, yung Netflix, iWant, Disney, Fox. Nag-usap na rin kami. And we said that we're going to have guidelines for them. Hindi naman namin sila papahirapan, but initially, I really wanted for them to register with us para we know that they're out there. Kasi wala naman din silang opisina dito, no? Except of course, iWant.
Anong reaction nila, Chair, doon sa proposal?
Parang ano naman, parang I said kasi that we should work together. We will give them our guidelines and then i-review nila yung guidelines namin. But I made it clear to them that we're not going to make it difficult for you. You know, we also told them that, and they agreed naman that they will adjust to our own guidelines.
Chair, gate lang natin yung, I think yung unang panawagan sa hearing sa Senate, that streaming services should also adopt rating system for viewers.
Yes. Actually nga, yung usapan namin na matagal is, and meron din naman daw silang airs, like for example in Korea, na nag-a-adjust sila dun sa kultura, I guess, no? At saka guidelines ng Korea. And they're willing naman to do that for us. With us.
At present kasi wala
Ang hirap eh. In fact, I was making them kwento that Attorney Ann and I we had a conference and it's the same problem that they have. So I was talking to them, I said, my gosh, at least I don't feel alone. Even the fake news is the same problem that they have with us. In fact, there was a separate group discussion for fake news alone. So, kung ano yung problema natin sa mga nakikita natin online, ganun din ang problema ng ibang bansa.
Can it be remedied by law?
It could, but it cannot be completely remedied because it's hard to track them all down. Like for example, when I said that they should register with us, syempre our concern, to be honest, is we don't know how many of them are out there. You know, so it's really difficult. I don't know if we have the parang kumbaga a police, no, for the digital world. To police the digital world, it's quite hard. Kasi hindi mo, even like trolls, di ba? You don't really know who they are you're communicating with sometimes kasi you don't see them naman or have an interaction with them, so it's hard. But at least we have to do something. We cannot just like say, oh, babayaan natin sila because we cannot police all of them. We have to start somewhere. And it's not just us because we have to also work with other agencies.
Pero, like NTC, no? Or
Yes, like NTC. We had actually a meeting with some agencies before 2020.
ano nangyari?
We're gonna have another meeting with them. We had initial talks with them. Kasi we have to be more coordinated. So, maganda rin yun na nag-usap-usap kami kasi we found out na meron palang mga conferences na wala sila, wala kami. So, maganda yung lahat kami nandun. So, we're on the same page.
Kumusta daw ang budget ninyo? May phone-in question.
Kasama po ba sa budget ang MTRCB Chair?
What do you mean?
Kasi before, di ba, for how many years, parang meron pa na dati, bigay piso lang budget sa MTRCB.
Hindi naman.
Ngayon po, okay, wala man ang problema.
Wala naman. And then hindi rin naman, parang self-sufficient naman din kami.
Yes.
So, you know, we earn our own keep and we don't spend more than what we earn. Parang ang serious yun.
Okay.
But there was an allocation,
Yes, there
For
was.
2020.
Yes, there was.
Okay, last question na lang. Pengi yung outlook for the MMFF Summer Festival. What, pasok na ba ang baghari? Mga ganyan?
Actually, hindi pa. Hindi pa ako naiimbitahan for the meeting of the summer MMFF. Although ang dami na nating festivals na rin, no, na so I hope that this summer festival, which was parang spearheaded by Senator Bongo, I'm sure naman it's going to be successful, no? And we all pray that it will be successful.
I heard it will be the same board of jurors kasama rin kayo.
Hindi pa ako na-advise
Okay.
sa
So,
ngayon.
forward na kasama ka pa rin.
Yes.
At least may assurance yung ibang mga pelikula hindi nasali na makakapasok na.
Ay, hindi ko pa rin masasabi. Hindi pa rin na, depende rin ho eh. Depende rin kung sino yung, they might change your selection committee eh.
Okay.
Diba? I haven't actually
Hindi
met
raw
with
po,
them, yes.
Same daw po.
Same ba?
Sabi ni Chairman, same group daw po. Last November.
Sure, as you said po, parang it's really hard to regulate yung mga online shows since it's parang sobrang laki, sobrang dami. So do you think po ba the government should create a different body to monitor all the online shows? Or sa tingin niyo po kakayanin naman ng MTRCB kung kayo pa rin po ang tutulong?
Kasi we're the only regulatory body. So I think it should also be with us. It's just a matter of also working with other agencies that for example, yung sa NTC, ano ba yung guidelines nila dyan? So we have to work lang with the other agencies na coordinated kami for us to be effective and for us to have one set of rules.
So paano po yung name ng MTRCB? May madadagdag po na since
Wala pa kami doon.
Wala pa doon.
mag-isip,
So, Chair, aware din kayo na may mga against doon sa idea na pakialaman nyo
Of
yung...
course.
Yeah.
Kasi first lang when yung first few months ko and I was interviewed in the province, I was already bashed.
Yeah.
Na parang papakialaman nyo kami, wala na kaming privacy.
Hindi nasakop
Hindi
yun.
naman actually ganon eh. We're going to give them guidelines that they're going to follow. Whether it be G, BG, R13, R16, ganyan. Susunod lang sila dun sa kung ano yung, kasi syempre we have to protect yung contemporary Filipino cultural values natin. And since they're, like, I know because we were talking with them that Korea reviews all their films. That's why they're kind of delayed showing some of the shows. Kasi they review everything.
Pero Chair, ang sinasabi naman kasi nila, nagsa-self-regulating kasi sila.
Kasi meron silang sariling rating. Pero hindi, but based saan? Diba? Kasi meron tayong, pag tinanong nyo ako, na nagre-rating kami, paano mo nire-rate yung film? Ay, based ito dito sa yellow book namin. So sila, paano mo nilagay na meron pa silang more than, parang meron silang 16 plus parang ganon or something, no? So, saan nila binibase yun? Is it their own set of guidelines? Is it a guidelines formulated by all video-on-demand players? Or, di ba, we don't know eh.
Chair, would you be within, I mean, obviously hindi nyo pasakop, pero have you thought of isali doon sa Matalinong Panonood? Kasi the only way I see it is parang parents lang ang makakapag-monitor ng anak eh. Parang kasi 'di ba, actually if kahit naman if they ask you what's your age, the minors can actually plug in an age that's older than them, 'di ba? But I think the key rin is yun Matalinong Panonood.
Yes,
the only
we
way to
included
do.
actually.
So pwede
yes.
na.
No,
It's
we tell
within
them
your...
na, for example, no, syempre, sinasabi namin na lagyan nyo ng lock yung computer ninyo. Pero, like, because of everybody has a cell phone. Everybody can also, the kids can also pay yung, ano ba yun, yung Anli, Anli, then they can watch also. So it's really difficult. But remind the parents, no, that yung mga anak ninyo, may telepono sila, pwede silang mag-restrictohan nyo sila. Kasi, di ba, especially yung sa probinsya lang namin, kahit medyo mahirap yung buhay nila, lahat ng bata may cellphone kasi pinag-iipunan nila yun. At ayaw na nila ngayon ng, kasi Christmas, di ba? So, syempre may paraffle kagad. Ayaw na nilang hindi touchscreen.
Yes.
Oo, nakakayang ibigay yung hindi touchscreen, no? So, lahat sila may access. But then we still remind them, put a lock on your put a lock on your, for example, naka-Netflix yung pamilya. Maglagay kayo ng lock, and then also tell sa kids to limit their limit what you give them or ganyan, and tell them that, pero it's hard. It's difficult.
Anong reaction ng mga people from Iwan? Chair, nung sinabi niya, kasi sila may creative freedom, doon nga, nalalabas nila yung lahat ng kaya nilang gawin na hindi nila kaya sa paid.
They were
sa
also there naman during our meeting, and we said that we're going to have one set lang of guidelines. We cannot implement another set for iWant and another set for Netflix because it's not going to be fair.
Nagugulat ka rin sa content.
Ha?
Personally, nagugulat ka rin sa content.
Nang alin?
Matapang ka,
Ng
oo, matapang yung
iWant?
content.
To be honest,
Yes.
hindi ko pa siya napapanood.
Okay. How soon
Okay.
do you envision the implementation of this new ruling or directive?
You have to give us time. Kasi just to gather all of them because they're all over is already difficult. So actually nung first time, kasi nung first I wanted to meet with them, I just wanted them to include Filipino films. But the time I met them, ilan buwan na yun, there were already Filipino films in Netflix. Pero so that was how matagal. Parang initially I said I want to talk to them because there are Korean series in Netflix, there are Japanese series, but walang Filipino. By the time sila nakasagot sa amin for a meeting, meron ng Filipino films in Netflix. So, it's difficult kasi they don't have really a physical office here. Change topic na tayo.
Okay, change topic. Okay.
Pero, ni-remind nga, yung tinanong niyo po kanina tungkol dun sa mga nudity. Meron kasi kaming memorandum of understanding, like for festivals. There are some festivals that, for example, there are ibang festivals na FDCP na ang nagbibigay na rating.
Pero so far po wala pang mga batas talaga na magre-regulate sa mga online shows.
None.
So, do you encourage po yung mga congressmen natin ngayon na mag-create ng bago ma-implement syempre ng MTRCB?
Actually, hindi pa rin namin siya before it reaches that point. They really have to work with us also in the House. Because in our law now, nakalagay na in all platforms that it's actually when you say in all platforms, that includes the internet. But then of course when the law was created
Wala pang
30
internet.
40 years ago, 1985 1986, wala pang internet noon, but it says in all platforms. So kung sabihin mo in all platforms, it includes the internet.
Yeah.
Okay na yun.
So, Chair, anong malinaw na ruling nyo dun sa pag-film fest? Like Cinemalaya before, hindi dumadaan sa MTRCB. Recently, yung Cinema 1, ni-review nyo raw lahat dumaan sa inyo. So,
kasi every year we have to revisit our memorandum of understanding. That's also of course based on the comments that reach us. For example, si Sir nagsabi, may ganyan. Siyempre, we take that into consideration. So, every year, all our memorandum of understanding with different agencies like FDCP or like with Q Cinema, for example, I already said we will revisit it.
Chair, not that we're complaining.
Yes, I understand. Yes.
Pero lahat naman na-resolve. I think yung mga issues sa mga ganyan,
hindi, ano yung
sa mga
naging,
film fest, di ba?
ano yung pinaka-ruling nyo doon? Pag Cinemalaya, hindi talaga dadaan sa MTRCB, FDCP siya.
Yeah, yun nga kasi, since meron nga, festivals are supposed to be with FDCP. But, because nga we have received some comments, we are already, actually we had talks already with the agencies that we have MOAs with, that we will revisit that. Kasi hindi, in the past year, yun nga, marami kami natatanggap ng mga comments, marami kami natatanggap na tawag, and yung memorandum of understanding kasi, or memorandum of agreement, was actually before my time. So since bago na naman yung chair, since 2.5 years ago, siguro naman maiintindihan nila that I have to revisit those memorandum of understanding.
I think si Alan was referring to the fact that some film fest entries spill over to commercial theaters during the film fest grant.
Oh, hindi, pero pag commercial,
But under the law kasi, it should only be restricted to a certain venue.
oo, pero pa kasi pag commercial, kailangan na talaga namin i-review yun.
Iba na rin pag commercial.
Oo.
Okay. Konting question na lang.
Hindi, tapos na ho tayo, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.